Hi everyone, the sun is shining, it is 11th of April and we are outfield on some earth ground. So time has gone on a little bit now into it, as I say, we're into April and just rolling the ploughing. So this is the field I ploughed last, or the last ploughing video, and it's dried up alright. It is quite wet underneath, I think, and it's certainly dried since I've got here this afternoon. It's about 5 o'clock, and got another field as well which I'm going to go to next with the rollers, and that one will be drier, I think. Well, I'm sure it will be drier, but as I say, this is alright. Our intention is going to go over it with a springtime vibratiller, and that just sort of ridge it up a little bit and let it air up, and then we'll go over it with one pass cultivator, and I reckon it'll probably be coming on a bit by then. So yeah, it's alright, I think. We're sowing fertiliser on grassland today. We haven't really sowed much on grassland because it's been too wet and the ground conditions sort of are quite tender underfoot. So yeah, probably we could have done some back before, but we wanted to get the fertiliser onto the winter barley, so we sort of concentrated on that. And we have got quite a bit of grass coming on for silage cutting. So there's two fields that will cut quite early, and we should be on that early May, I would have thought, weather permitting. So yeah, so this is going to be alright, I think. And as I say, time has gone on a little bit and it's later than we wanted, but I still think it's going to go in and probably be alright. Got the rollers that we did up in a previous video, and they're going alright. So I've sort of done, well, there's only what, 3 or 4 acres left of this field now, and it's 14 acres, or sort of about 14 and a half, so yeah, got on right here. So I probably won't finish rolling the other field tonight, but might go and start it. So in the next field now, and the rollers are running clean, but they sort of aren't clean. So I came across a couple of grass fields and the gateways are a bit mucky, so they clogged up with mud, and they are, well, they're nearly clear now. I've been around the headlands a couple of times, and yeah, they are running clean. But this, I thought this field would probably be a bit drier, but it's looking quite damp underneath. But then it's 7 o'clock in the evening now, so the dew's sort of coming in, and it sort of made it look wetter than it did earlier. I was driving in the car the other day, and I saw some spring barley that had been drilled, and there was some that was looking really nice, all the headlands and everything up, and then there was some other that I saw that in the middle of the fields was looking alright, but it looks like the headlands, they sort of packed down and it was a bit wet, and it does look like those fields have failed. So I sort of want to be a bit careful that we don't end up doing the same. Now, I know it's a bit different generally at this time of year, that, you know, drier, better weather is on the way, but hopefully it is, and the forecast looking pretty good, so I just want to make sure that we don't end up mucking it in and then not getting the headlands coming up properly, and yeah, so we want to, well, yeah, we're sort of relying on this to still perform pretty well, and hopefully it will, and it's not too late yet. It was getting late, but it's not too late, so hopefully it'll be right. And yeah, we want to try and make the best of it, so by sort of like rushing to get it in and then ending up with headlands failed and stuff is not where we want to be at. But I think it'll work down alright, because it's sort of wetter. Probably have trouble working it down more in the spring than we do in the autumn, so but I think it'll be different this year because the soil's wetter, so it should break down a bit easier. Yeah, so I'm not going very fast, but I've just got the tractor's doing about 1450 RPM, doing about 6.5k, which could go a lot faster, but just sort of going steady. Yeah, so I'll just take the camera down a minute. Yeah, so on the joystick I have got like this function button there programmed, and I've got that programmed for an engine preset at the moment, so I just press it and you'll see it slows down, so press it again and it speeds up for the engine preset. So that is a nice little thing to have. Our the 5S115 that we had before this one didn't have that, because that had like the mechanical cable joystick, and for some reason they didn't put that feature on that one. But on the previous 5710S we had, that did have those features where you could program the H3 and H4 buttons, which were third and fourth service if you had it, those buttons. So yeah, so I don't know why they didn't do it on the 5S with a cable operated joystick, but the electric joystick has got it, which is definitely a good thing, and I use it a lot really. Normally I do have that programmed for four-wheel drive, and it just saves having to look over here for like the four-wheel drive switch. So yeah, so I really like that. I think it's sort of quite a good little feature really. Yeah, I think it's going to work down nicely. It's the rollers are sort of breaking it down already, and I think you can sort of see it's quite wet underneath. Oh look, there's a leather jacket there, look. Which is not a good sign, but hope we don't find too many of them. That's a worm there. That's alright, don't mind him. But yeah, I don't want to find too many. Yeah, there's plenty of worms here. Oh no, there's another leather jacket. Is that another leather jacket? No, that's a stone. Oh, that's right, it's a stone. Right, so yeah, so there's a worm there. He's alright, we like him, but cover him over. We yeah, definitely don't want to find leather jackets though. Yeah, sort of probably think that if you find a leather jacket that easily, there's probably a few here, isn't there? Right, so I think I'll end that video there. Just a little start to sort of spring cultivation work. So there's the tractor and the rollers. The tractor is still filthy from all the winter, but it's not too bad. But I'll try and give it a bit of a clean before we start any drilling. Like the windows aren't the cleanest, so it'd be nice to clean them a little bit so I can see out easier when I'm drilling. Yes, please remember to subscribe to the channel and like the videos, and those of you that already do that, thank you, that's much appreciated. And I'll be back with another video soon.